What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Mykeeey here with another YouTube video today. Yeah, we got another banger. We reacted to Swish Out, and he's telling us the best aging NBA trades, the best aging NBA trades that's happened thus far. You feel me? This offseason has been cooking with a lot of shit, from Giannis going to the Bucks, from Bam beating the fuck out of Tyler Hero. It's a lot of shit going on. LeBron still, to this moment, as of me recording this video, still hasn't said to the world where is he trying to sign. There's been a lot of rumors talking that he's going to go to the Warriors. I've seen a lot of Warriors just crazy talk, like Draymond. I seen a little quote. I don't know if this is real, but Draymond saying that Steve Kerr said he can never publicly defend Draymond Green because of the things he does on the court and the way he acts. And that's crazy to say by itself. The NBA offseason this season alone has been crazy, from the rookies to the NBA trades to the off-court antics. You feel me? It's a lot of shit going on, let alone in the NBA space. It's a lot of drama going on. And it's the World Cup going on. It's a lot of shit going on in the sports space. So, hey, what's best way to get a quick analysis on what's going on off-season and then total off-season, this whole 2020 season. There's been a lot going on this 2020 decade in the NBA. A lot of shit been going on. I think LeBron going to be definitely just retiring soon, boy. He ain't going to be hooping for too much longer, twin. This contract he signed with any team is going to be max 2 years, if that. You feel me? Let alone he might not complete that second year type shit. So, hey, let's see how this, you feel me, how the Asian trades I done forgotten, because Ja also went to Portland. There's a lot of trades going on. Ja going to Portland, LaMelo going to fucking Minnesota. Man, Minnesota looking raw as hell just from the backcourt alone. But Portland also is a good team now. If Ja can, you feel me, continue to develop as a player, Portland could be a great team to look out for. You feel me? There's a lot of teams that's developing really nice. You feel me? So, hey,
the NBA offseason,
we cooking at the NBA right now.
And obviously, with all these moves, time will tell how they age. But today I'm going to talk about.
I bang on some of my chips real quick.
Of the 2020 so far. Now, some of these trades we kind of knew immediately they would work, and others we kind of scratched our heads about, but we were wrong.
JJ, who won this trade?
Oh, the Pacers clearly won this trade. The Pacers clearly won this trade. Like, find me another 21-year-old guard that's doing that right now. There's not many of them out there. I do not understand this trade if I'm the Kings. I do not understand it.
It was pretty questionable the moment it happened. Why exactly would you trade a player you drafted? He's only in his second year, and he's clearly getting better.
Man, he was hooping when he was Sacramento too.
Was basically sharing point guard duties with De'Aaron Fox and still thriving. Scratch the fact that he had one of the best, most efficient seasons of anybody in his class. And what actually makes this trade worse for Sacramento is the ultimate result. The Kings in 2022 obviously chose De'Aaron Fox over Tyrese Halliburton, basically catering the whole team to De'Aaron, now bringing a big over with Sabonis and tailoring everything around those two. And yes, momentarily it did work, and they did have that cute season in 2023.
That was it.
Everything
that was literally it.
Downhill from there. This past NBA Finals, even though De'Aaron Fox struggled, we did have a mini De'Aaron Fox versus his old coach Mike Brown, who essentially got fired for De'Aaron Fox. And the year before that, Tyrese Halliburton had that ridiculous run, and he was drafted by Sacramento. The Indiana Pacers got Halliburton in 2022, and at that very moment, they were 0-5 in their last 5 playoff series. Couldn't really get out the first round, didn't really have that foundational piece after Paul George, and was somewhat stuck in no man's land.
Talking about somewhat, they was stuck, nigga. They was in no man's land till they went to the NBA Finals, bro. No doubt.
Instantly changed their whole thing around, and
now bro,
for a playoff series, he led the league in assists twice, and amongst his peers of all-stars, he has one of the highest playoff winning percentages of anyone since joining Indiana.
Antoine used to be reserved for the all-time best of the best, the greatest of the greats, plus Steve Nash. Now it's reserved for the all-time best of the best, the greatest of the greats, plus
my bad, y'all.
Earlier this decade, it was pretty bad for the player that, for the most part, has been named the best player of this decade. Nikola Jokic had some pretty nasty narratives early on, and a lot of it was how the team was constructed and some unfortunate injuries. After making the conference finals in the bubble, the following year Jamal Murray got hurt. And after that, they barely could get out the first round, and they obviously weren't championship contenders. What made the narrative worse for Jokic was the fact that he was winning MVPs. But the year Jamal Murray hurt his knee, the Nuggets did actually make one of the best moves, probably of their franchise's history.
Oh yeah, getting Aaron Gordon.
Gordon is paying for it physically now, but at the time, Denver desperately needed athleticism, grit, And just that Swiss Army knife to patch some of those holes that their best players couldn't.
You feel me?
All the injuries now, that's exactly what Aaron Gordon has been for that team.
He's definitely been that third piece. The glue.
Aaron Gordon defensively was the body put on Cat in the first round, Kevin Durant in the second round. And remember, they were championship favorites because of him. And LeBron James in the conference finals. I mean, just look at what he did to KD, the player that basically swung the whole championship odds in Phoenix direction that year. That's what he was defensively, alongside Jokic and Murray.
Yikes.
Simultaneously camping at the dunker spot and building that great connection with easy assist, creating his own offense when need be. I know he's kind of worn down now, but in that 3-year window, starting in 2021 when Murray was gone, all the way up until their title defense year in 2024, Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic, they carried a lot of that load.
Man.
If you guys want to watch somebody that's a skilled basketball player, just watch Drew Holiday. Ain't no holes in his game. He not finna celebrate. He gonna score the ball, sprint back hard, get back before. They gonna build a wall. He gonna communicate. Like
Drew Holiday has honestly been
he been one of the plug players in the NBA
in general for 2 different franchises. Both places he went to instantly won an NBA championship the moment he got there, and somewhat blew up the moment he left. When Milwaukee first traded for Drew Holiday, they desperately needed a reliable, stabilizing point guard, especially in the playoffs. 2 straight disappointing first-seeded years in the playoffs,
man.
Eric Bledsoe as their point guard. It just proved this team desperately.
The NBA outlook right now is insane. So many great players in NBA right now.
Obviously not having a drop-off defensively, because Eric Bledsoe was good for them on defense, and that was Drew Holiday. Now for Giannis, instead of always having to go against that infamous wall in the playoffs, you had more spacing.
Damn.
Also adding
fuck that nigga all the way up, boy.
The league, being able to be a body for multiple positions. In his 3 years in Milwaukee, he made nearly 50% of his shots from the floor and nearly 40% of his shots from deep.
Damn.
Also making 3 all
when did Drew Holiday get a bucket like that?
Forget in that
Golly.
run when they were down.
Let me know I gotta watch some Drew Holiday highlights.
Drew Holiday had this game-winning layup. In the NBA Finals, he had this iconic rip of Devin Booker. And
bro, I remember that.
Giannis. In the conference finals, when Giannis actually got hurt for 2 games, they won both of those games, and Drew Holiday did this.
Damn.
The second you got the text that Drew Holiday is coming to Boston, in the back of your mind, are you like, we're winning this shit?
at first I was like, I can't believe Milwaukee let this happen. So thanks to the Bucks. Yeah, kinda.
And now pivoting to Boston and what exactly he meant for them. Well,
man, got right back to it. Shit.
Easily fit into a pass-centric three-point shooting defensive team like they were. Drew Holiday made 40% of threes on 5 attempts, and in the playoffs was actually second on that team in minutes, plus minus, and shot 50, 40, 95 splits. And don't forget, he had this big moment in Game 3 versus Indiana to basically win the series. A huge and one to finally take the lead and the game-winning steal. And then in the NBA Finals, led them in scoring in Game 2 to take that commanding 2-0 lead. Even Portland instantly made the playoffs as soon as Drew Holiday arrived.
That nigga hooping.
Is there another Andrew Wiggins in the league? Are there two guys? Is it guys like with the same names? Or is this the guy that was the #1 pick for the Cavs, traded for Kevin Love, and has arguably the worst contract in the sport?
Same guy.
That's the guy? Man, we are light years away from the Warriors being light years ahead of the rest of the league. What are you doing, Bob Myers?
Them niggas was hating when that nigga got to go to state. I thought it was a downfall to go to state, not gonna lie to you. I thought it was prime downfall to go to state getting that nigga.
That never lived up to actually being a #1 pick.
You feel me?
Jimmy Butler had this moment with the team.
But Andrew,
one of the worst contracts in the league.
But Andrew Wiggins' career still ain't bad. It's just he ain't get off as much as we thought he was. His highlights from high school alone, college damn near alone, you would have thought that nigga would have been Michael Jordan for real. That's why they was calling his ass Canada Jordan type shit, Canadian Jordan. His ass looking crazy.
Look at the details. Golden State essentially got a first-round pick just for them to get off of Andrew Wiggins and get D'Lo. It looks laughable now, but it was damn near laughable in the other direction back then. And Andrew Wiggins was one of the most important trades of this decade so far. This clip right here, Andre Iguodala and Wiggins,
essential, iconic.
Exactly what his time was there. He wasn't supposed to be that first overall Kobe Bryant-like pick to lead that team anywhere. For them, he was that do-it-all talented wing that they absolutely needed to get that last championship. In the conference finals in their championship year, this moment kind of series.
Dunked the fuck out that nigga.
Made everything harder for an exhausted
Luka
trying to carry
he exposed that nigga.
then in the finals, Andrew Wiggins was also the primary defender on their best player, Jason Tatum. I know everyone talks about Game 4 and Steph and his 43 points and everything he did, but Andrew Wiggins in that game had 17 points and 16 rebounds, including clutch offensive rebounds. Also, the following game, to take the lead, Andrew Wiggins led everyone in scoring. If you look at that specific playoff run, Andrew Wiggins led the entire team in plus minus. Andrew Wiggins, for a pretty small team,
Andrew Wiggins got them that ring. What you talking about? Thank you, Andrew Wiggins. Y'all got that last ring.
His whole career narrative by being one of the most important pieces to a championship.
I'm happy that we got him. We pretty lucky, and yeah, he looked good in green.
You advocate for
Derek White. Where did he come from? Where did that nigga even come from? I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know where he came from.
That year that I just talked about, the Celtics completed one of the greatest turnarounds ever mid-season. A lot of that was because of this mid-season trade that they made for Derek White. Now at that time, it did look like a lot for Derek White, and I said that back then. And fast forward now, a few years later.
Oh yeah, he's in San Antonio.
For that team,
I forgot all about that.
The player that kept Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown together a little longer. Literally before he got there, this was kind of the sentiment around their team.
You know, when they shut that down, we can't keep trying to go to those guys. We gotta, you know, abort that. Every team knows we're trying to go to Jason and Jaylen, and every team is programmed and studied to stop Jason.
Damn.
Everything felt so your turn, my turn between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And now having that wing in between them that made quick decisions and took on the primary defensive assignment, it made everything make sense between those two. And at times, it felt like they had a wing mini big three. Now this justifies nothing.
Now Derek White got a random ass bag. He be hitting shots I don't really expect him to ever hit, not gonna lie to you.
Nobody has a higher winning percentage than Derek White. And he's second in plus minus only to Jokic. And he's second in games
Swear to God.
to Mikal Bridges. In that 2023 year, where they almost came back from down 0-3, in Game 6 to force Game 7, he had this moment. In that championship run, specifically in that first round, they had 3 players averaging 20 points, and one of them was Derek White the most efficiently. In that championship run, he had the most timely defensive plays, literally being one of the best blocking guards ever, and leading the team in blocks that playoff run.
He's getting
Also,
active
a team
then.
that lives and dies by the three-point line. He led
He's
three-pointers made
part of the reason why the Celtics spam threes right now.
Like this video. Let me know in the comment section any trades that I might have missed. I think I hit them all as far as the most important.
Let me see what else was the most important trade. I feel like it's one more trade that you might have. Well, obviously you didn't speak on. Oh, that's a part 2 already. Shit. Let me find out. I'm about to say the cap
right,
trade.
Y'all made
sure
to tell me everything I missed in part 1.
Oh, bro.
So let's do part 2.
Let's do the whole shebang in one vid. You feel me? Tap in with Switch Out. We're doing the whole shebang in one video.
Of the Knicks has really been
You feel me?
to watch, mainly because of how they were built.
KP to the Celtics too.
Their best players weren't even drafted there, and a lot of those acquisitions at the time they happened actually got clowned. Okay, we know about Brunson being one of the greatest free agency signings of all time, but let's talk about his Nova buddy, Josh Hart.
Well, yeah, Jalen going to the Knicks. That whole team.
Look how cute he is. Look how happy
That whole team changed the whole franchise outlook
A few months after
of the
getting
Knicks,
Brunson.
for sure.
And look at what he's done for that team. No pun intended. He's felt like the heart and soul of that team since being there.
Yee!
The Knick. These
That's
are
a
the
tough
players
bucket.
With the most rebounds total in that span.
Damn, Josh.
Care how many
Mercy
games he's played,
getting like that.
6'5".
Nigga, bro, you 6'5" and you got them to 200 going on 300 more rebounds than a 7-footer on your team, nigga.
He's
That shit crazy.
7 in offensive rebounds, basically around all bigs. And then comes
Nigga turned to Charles Barkley.
In 2024, the Knicks basically got rid of a lot of their homegrown talent for OG. After
Bro.
trading for OG, they gave
Best
him a
thing they
big
could have ever
contract
did.
that
Fleece the
people
fuck out of
at the
Toronto.
time, funny. Right now, can you question that contract like at all?
No, I don't question the contract. And man, people wasn't paying attention to OG Anunoby when he was on the Raptors. He was going crazy on the Raptors. It was just a matter of time if he either helped the Raptors get better or they trade him to a different team. And he ended up getting traded to a better team.
The player that
This
felt
is
like
just
the
a
most
matter of
steady player
time.
for
OG
the Knicks
Anunoby
all
is a
playoff
hooper.
run to me was
And niggas
OG
got some bucket
Anunoby.
getters
Now,
out
they
there
had a
and
few
defenders.
that I'll get to. But bro, scratch the fact that he was a defensive monster for them throughout the playoffs. Really,
I feel like they're gonna get
bad
another
trade.
one in the next 5 years.
He
I ain't gonna
also
lie to
had
you.
one of the most efficient playoff runs in NBA history. I don't even want to just show
Indeed.
you his splits because they're obviously insane. I kind of want to break down his splits. In the playoffs, this is the playoffs. In 17 games, he shot under 50% from the field 5 times. In 17 games, he shot under 50% from deep 6 times. Bro, he took
That nigga's
93
hooping.
pointers and was literally 1-3 away of knocking down half of them.
But what you said too is if we win a championship, they could talk about anybody as long as we all get a ring. That's the most important thing.
No, but
I don't care. I don't care about none of that.
No, but you got to play great. 1-2 punch, and you're part of that 1-2 punch.
I want to make sure we all understand the biggest goal and the main goal here is to win. You know, it don't matter about who gets the credit or whatever. I just want to be part of a ring.
And then
Interesting. I missed that
he
moment.
got traded for Julius Randle a year after that trade. It damn near looked even. Both teams made the conference finals. Julius Randle played pretty well against LeBron and Draymond.
Niggas fell for that Julius Randle bullshit because Julius Randle is a facade, nigga. He's just like a more recognized Patrick Williams in this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's a slight to Patrick Williams. I don't want to give Patrick Williams no credit. He ain't did shit in the NBA. He needs to get off the Bulls immediately.
On Brooklyn as a salary dump.
You feel me?
Cat just changed his whole career narrative in like 3 months.
You feel me?
Players,
He's still zesty, but you feel me?
Used to,
got better marketing now.
Goes away. The reason this cat run was so impressive to me is despite losing a lot of those volume opportunities that he's used to as a former #1 pick.
Oh, bro.
Still, a lot of the small stuff he completely bought into. Some stuff more than he ever has. Cat was asked all season about his role and where exactly he fits in all of this with a whole new system with Mike Brown. And in the playoffs, it became crystal clear. Cat actually makes the most money of anybody on this team right now.
Oh, bro.
In the playoffs, he shot the 4th most amongst everyone. The reason this sacrifice is so significant to me is because, well, the previous
That's some real shit right there.
the playoffs all 4
Real
years.
nigga shit right there,
His
Cat.
role and his volume those previous years was steadily increasing, including that first year with the Knicks. Despite his field goal attempts dropping, look at how everything else for the team increased. Last year, Cat played the lowest minutes of his playoff career. A lot of that was foul trouble, and he shot the lowest shots. But still, he averaged the most blocks of his playoff career, the 2nd most offensive rebounds of his playoff career, the most steals, the most assists, and he had the highest plus minus of any player ever in a playoff run.
Merchant.
And what was so
I'm
impressive
dead.
for me, this man played like a true 7-footer. In those 2025 playoffs where they made the conference finals, 26% of his shots were actually at the rim. Last year, it damn near doubled.
Oh yeah, he's getting busy. He was dunking on motherfuckers. That Wemby matchup was real personal.
I'm just wondering, what did that moment mean to you? And also,
You talking about them picks?
yes,
Mhm.
And Mikal Bridges. Yes,
Where do we
he got
start?
Traded for all these picks. Yes, some people questioned even his contract mixed with the picks. And
Hell
yes,
no.
In Game 3 versus Atlanta, he had 0 points and got absolutely slammed. But since that very moment, he completely boxed Tyrese Maxey up in the 2nd round and averaged nearly 15 on close to 60, 40, 91 splits as a wing. The year before that, the Celtics didn't fail to defend their championship because Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. That's just not true. A lot of that was because Bridges did this.
Rep that shit. Give me that, nigga. Give me that, nigga. I remember that shit.
And this.
Clamping them niggas. Scoop. Give me that. I remember this moment very vividly. That boy was going crazy.
Breaking news alert here. A trade in the NBA. Utah Jazz are sending Rudy Gobert to the Minnesota.
I thought that was going to be over with.
Utah received
And it was decent.
Malik Beasley, our friend Patrick Beverly, Jared Vanderbilt, Walker Kessler, who was Minnesota's 1st-round pick just this year, and
Hella picks, bro.
first-round picks.
I think I hated the Rudy Gobert trade more for Minnesota than any trade for the last 30 years that I've hated for a team.
But outside of
It's
Minnesota
alright.
actually getting the lower end of the Cat Randall trade, they did make one of the most polarizing trades at the time that ended up aging beautifully. When Rudy Gobert first got traded to Minnesota, everyone got so
He
fixated
upped
on
his
how
market
many
and his
first-round picks
reputation
he
this
got
past
traded
playoff
for.
run.
But really look at how it aged and everything that went well for Minnesota since getting Rudy Gobert. Everyone knows one of the biggest rivalries left in the NBA now is Denver and Minnesota.
Bro.
Tim Connolly basically built the Nuggets core, and then he built the team perfectly constructed to beat the team that he built.
I'm fucking
Most
dead.
of
I
that
wasn't
started with Rudy Gobert.
even paying
And we
attention to
literally
that part
just
of
seen
the
it in these
lore.
playoffs. Before getting Rudy, these are the Timberwolves' defensive rankings relative to the NBA. Basically where they ranked amongst everyone else. They didn't have a
2016 was
solid
their
year
last
prior
best
to getting
year.
Rudy
Yeah,
Gobert.
no, that's their
But
worst year.
just
That
look
was
at the
terrible.
jump since getting him. Since getting Rudy, Minnesota has had at least a top 10 defense the last 4 years. The
Bro.
year they made the conference finals and actually took down Denver, who was the champions at the time. They had the best defense in the league. Since getting Rudy Gobert, the Timberwolves are top 5 in playoff wins. In
W
17
trade.
playoff series, Nikola Jokic has shot under
These
50%
GMs
from
starting
the
to cook.
field
They starting
4
to turn up their
times.
2K
Two of them was
mechanics.
against Rudy Gobert, and his absolute worst one was obviously this last one against Rudy Gobert.
Usually Jamal Murray. Yeah. I can't guard. I mean, nobody can guard Jokic, but
Caruso, yeah.
Disagree.
no.
But speaking of Nikola Jokic struggling, he also got eliminated in another Game 7 because, well, another big trade. Now this trade truly
Alex
feels
Caruso,
like a real win-win
that shit fucked
because
me
Josh
up.
Giddey blossomed.
Nah, this trade really fucked me up, bro. But I had a feeling because Alex Caruso, he's that plug-in player that if you plug him into the right team, he's gonna skyrocket that team to a championship team. If they already get the pieces, they just need that one really good role player that could potentially be a starter from time to time, depending on who you playing. Alex Caruso is that player, and he always gave signs of that even when he was on the Lakers. When he got to Chicago, it was shown so much. But Chicago, we never had no real first options for a while now. It was just like no man's land with a big market team. So we were just over there just having random games. He dropped 25. Sometimes he have a 10-10 game. Sometimes Kobe White go fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? In Chicago, you never know. But now we finally got some direction with Caleb Wilson and Boozy Vert. I call him Boozy Vert because I can't say your last name for real. It'd be fucking me up. But this trade fucked me up for real.
But for Josh, it was pretty obvious, specifically in that last playoff series.
Let alone we got Josh Giddey out of it.
He just didn't really
That's probably the
fare
best thing to
well
do.
on this
But
team.
we still got hella
That
guards.
series, he just couldn't
It
make
just started
enough
aging well.
outside shots for that team, shooting 18% and eventually getting benched. Alex Caruso, in his 2 years there, not starting one game, has shot
I'm dead.
43% from deep in the playoffs.
Sniper.
And he's just the definition of superstarring in your specific role.
Oh, bro.
I talked about Rudy and how he's giving
All-time
Jokic
role player.
fits in the playoffs.
First team.
But that Game 7 versus OKC, I understand Jokic was gassed. I understand Aaron Gordon wasn't really there. But y'all remember, Jokic took 9 shots and 1 shot in the second half. A lot of that was all the
Caruso.
work Alex did on him early and positioning
You just
himself
beating
in the
dude
right
up,
spots
annoying
where he
him,
could
being
touch the
frisky.
ball. That one game felt like one of the greatest role player games I've ever seen in my entire life.
Had Jokic looking
And
like
then
a toddler out there.
Game 1 against the Spurs. I know they lost, but do y'all remember how instrumental Alex Caruso was to even getting that game to that point? When they were in a rut early, it felt like every big shot was made by Alex Caruso. Every timely defensive possession somehow featured Alex Caruso. Remember,
bro,
they were
sneaky
shorthanded
defender.
without J-Dub. In the last 2 years, if you look at the OKC Thunder players with the highest plus minus in the playoffs, second.
I don't know why Chet Holmgren up there that high. He need to bring that shit right
Y'all have to
down.
put Kyrie on here simply because of the narrative surrounding his name when the trade happened versus what they actually got out of Kyrie.
No cap. I forgot his ass. I don't know how I forget. Some of these be feel like on the back end of 2019.
Run, he had some crazy moments. Remember, nobody's seen the Mavericks making the finals. And in that closeout Game 6 versus the Clippers, it was a close game in the first half. If they lose this Game 6, they go back to LA for a Game 7. Kyrie had 28 points in the second half and won that game. In that closeout game 5,
Going crazy,
took Dallas
boy.
to the finals. Kyrie
Uncle
had
Drew.
26 alongside Luka. So even if it was short-lived,
Look at that.
not there much longer, they did get to the finals because of that trade. And lastly, the DeJounte Murray trade for the Spurs. Now, it really wasn't just DeJounte Murray being traded.
It had to be the first round
It really
picks.
unloaded everyone. In 2022, the Spurs won.
Damn, Russ.
The following
Damn.
year, 3 of their
That was a
top 4
crazy
players
foul.
were all gone. Derek White got traded to Boston. Their best player at the time, DeJounte Murray, went to Atlanta.
Bro.
And Jakob Poeltl went to Toronto. All of this was obviously in preparation to get this guy.
Bro.
And it worked.
It definitely worked. Got them to the finals.
Got 2 first-round picks.
Got Wemby,
2021
Dylan Harper,
ended up being Carter Bryant.
and Carter Bryant.
They
Bro.
have Atlanta's unprotected first-round pick. If you guys like this video, honorable mention, Porzingis didn't even really have to play much in their playoff run, but he was big in the regular season. Follow my social media.
Bro, because I'm about to say, I said that from the first video. But, hey, great video switch out. You reminded me of a lot of trades that happened in this decade that I just forgot. Because this decade, we only got 4 more years left, and we in the 2030. Crazy enough to say out loud, but hey, we almost there. And it's a lot of trades that really shifted the NBA. And the NBA is a really different place than what it looks like, and what it looked like in 2019 going into 2020, going into this decade, aka and going into the bubble. A lot of trades have happened, a lot of teams have shifted, and everybody's looking real crazy. Everybody to me is looking like fucking Shaq when he was in Phoenix, then he went to fucking Miami, then he went to goddamn Cleveland. He's looking like Shaq in that era, but with a lot of players, you feel me? I seen them get drafted, but now they in their older stages or they in their second prime. A lot of these players are getting their second prime, and they just extending their career, and they going crazy. So, hey, shout out to all these NBA players making the NBA a entertaining place to watch. You feel me? Despite all the off-court drama, it's a lot of investigations going on, too. A lot of motherfuckers getting investigated, but nonetheless, I've been very entertained with the NBA ball that's going on. Everybody's getting better skillfully, and these trades are starting to actually mean something now because we was in a dark era of NBA trades and off seasons are just nothing. Like even these past 2-3 seasons, the last off season NBA trades ain't really been in for real. This last one that we going through right now has been serving. It's been over clicking. You feel me? We might even get some more leftovers towards All-Star break, before All-Star break, some more trades. Who knows what might happen in the NBA in the future. So let me know what you guys feeling, how you liking these videos and these vibes. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Till next time, family.
You just see us, you don't wanna be all alone, no, she wanna be